then devastating consequences. Joining me now, Steve Schmidt, Republican strategist and MSNBC contributor, and I just feel like we did not need to be at this point.
The genie is certainly out of the bottle now. Watching this, when you think about history and you think about momentous events, and we look back, for example, a year in Vietnam, did that occur in 65 or 66? And the memory doesn't quite get there. But history unfolds in real time, going forward, action by action, event by event, day by day. And we're at the early stages of a hot war. It is a monumental moment that the Iranian military has launched a ballistic missile attack against U.S. military personnel on Iraqi bases in Iraq. It is almost certain that there will be a response from the United States. I think the analysis that, from the Iranian perspective, the symbolism of the attack, the importance of this attack for Iran's domestic political situation is the same here. Donald Trump simply politically is not in a position to not be able to escalate from here. So we're at a very dangerous moment now.
Although I don't want to take away the agency here, because I mean, one of the things that I think we've learned over 19 years, the longest period of war in the Republic's history, absolutely. 19 years, we still, Mark Esper today talked about finishing wars, where we don't want to start when we're finishing one. We're still in Afghanistan right now, of course. Yes. I had a flashback as I watched these news reports to coming home from a basketball game in 6th grade and to watch missiles over Iraq in 1991, when I was 12 years old. So 30 years.
Exact same thought for me.
30 years of missiles into that country, 30 years of that each individual discrete action, at some point someone has to stop and make a decision to not. And the attack on Soleimani was retribution for the embassy storming. That was retribution for the airstrike that killed 25 Shia militia members, which was retribution for a rocket attack that killed one American contractor. That there has to be a decision by the U.S. as a democratic society, not just the president, not just the person watching cable news and thinking about what saving face, about whether we are going to enter into a hot war with Iran.
We've entered into a hot war with Iran. American personnel are under attack by Iranian ballistic missiles right now, as we speak. This has been wrought by the judgment of a president who was very clear over the course of the campaign that he knows more than all of the generals. We have seen the diplomatic corps of the United States utterly gutted over the last 3 years. We have policy made by tweet, by watching Fox and Friends. There is no indication, except in an alternate Fantasyland universe, that this now will be the moment where we see judiciousness on the part of the President of the United States. And so when we look at this situation now, and we look at the fact that there has de facto been a civil war between Sunni and Shia playing out over the last decade across the whole of the Middle East through proxies in Yemen, in Lebanon, in Iraq, we now see a direct military engagement between Iran and the United States. And I think the chances that the United States will allow a ballistic missile attack to go unanswered are extremely low. And so now we stand at a most dangerous hour, waiting for the next page to turn. And this could very quickly become a wider regional war with the Sunni powers, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, Israel fighting Hezbollah across the border in Lebanon. So we stand at the most dangerous moment in the Middle East that we have lived through in our lifetimes, and there's been plenty of dangerous moments.
One thing I would